Hi friends, welcome back to a very special art time with Sugar. Today we are at the beach. Can you hear the waves? Today we are going to learn about the animals that live in the ocean. We're going to read a story and we're going to do a special art project. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hey friends, today we are reading What Lives in a Shell by Kathleen Weidner Zoehfeld.
Today we are reading What Lives in a Shell by Kathleen Weidner Zoehfeld. Let me back up a little. There we go. Do you know what this is? It is as hard as a stone, but it is not a stone. It is smooth like glass, but it is not glass. It is hollow inside like a cup, but it is not a cup. It is a shell. An animal made it. The shell was the animal's home. You live in a house or in an apartment building. That is your home. Your home keeps you safe and warm. Lots of animals have homes. Birds build nests. Ants make tunnels underground. A bear likes to live in a cave. Here is the animal that lives in this kind of shell. It is a land snail. A land snail is born with a tiny shell. As long as the snail lives, it keeps growing. As the snail grows, the shell grows with it. The shell keeps the snail safe. This is the shell, the foot, the eyes, the head, the mouth, and these are called tentacles for smelling and for feeling. You can go in and out of your home. You can run to the playground. You can wait outside for the bus. A snail never leaves its home. It takes its home with it wherever it goes. The snail pokes its soft head and its one big foot out of the opening in its shell. It uses its foot to inch along. A snail is slow. Birds like to eat snails. When a bird or other enemy comes around, a snail cannot run away. It pulls its head and foot inside its shell and closes the door. Then the snail is safe. Other kinds of animals live in shells too. Shells come in many shapes, colors, and sizes. Turtles live in shells. A turtle shell can be bumpy or smooth. Most are rounded on top and flat on the belly. Baby turtles have little shells. As the baby grows bigger, the shell grows bigger. A turtle has 4 legs. It pokes its legs, head, and tail through the openings in its shell. Even though it has 4 legs, a turtle is slow. Have you ever had a turtle race? If a frog and a turtle were in a race, who do you think would win? What about a cat and a turtle? If a turtle sees a cat, it might be frightened. It may think that the cat wants to eat it. A turtle cannot run as fast as a cat. The turtle pulls its head and legs and tail into its shell. The cat pats the turtle with its paw. The turtle won't come out. It is safe in its shell home. When you go to the seashore, you can find many different kinds of shells. You may see a crab walking on the sand. A crab has 10 legs. On its front legs are 2 claws. A hard shell covers its claws and the rest of its body. A crab's shell fits it like a suit of armor. The armor helps keep the crab safe from enemies. But just as you outgrow your favorite shirt, a crab outgrows its shell. When it gets too tight, the crab pulls itself out. Underneath is a new shell. You may find snails buried in the sand. Some of them do not look much like land snails. Whelks and conchs are types of snails that are found only by the sea. Here are some different kinds of sea snail shells. This is on the Pacific coast. There's a whelk shell, western ribbed top shell, Santa Barbara spindle shell, dire whelk, and this is on the Atlantic coast. You might want to see if you're an adult can pull up a map so that you can look at the Atlantic coast and the Pacific coast. Pale northern moon snail, giant Atlantic pyrum, hawk wing conch. They're so pretty. Have you ever seen a snail shell walking along on crab legs? A hermit crab has hard claws in the front, but the back end of its body has a soft shell. Its shell is too soft to keep it safe from enemies. A hermit crab lives in an empty snail shell. After a while, the hermit crab grows too big for his shell, so he looks for a bigger one. Some are too big, some are too small. Finally, he finds one he likes. He throws away the old shell and crawls into the new one. Now the new shell is his home. The snail shell helps keep him safe. Most clams and oysters hardly move at all. They open up their shells to take in food and water. They close their shells tightly when enemies are around. Some scallops can swim. A scallop does not swim like a fish though. First it opens its two shells, then it snaps them together quickly. This gets the scallop where it wants to go. Here it goes. When you find a shell, carefully look inside. It will probably be empty. If a shell is empty, it may mean that the animal has died or it has outgrown the shell and left it behind. If the animal is at home, you can watch it for a while. See if you can tell how it eats. How does it move? What does it do when it feels frightened? When you go, leave the animal where you found it. Animals are happiest in their natural surroundings. If a shell is empty, you can take it home with you. Try to find as many different kinds of shells as you can. Whether the shells you find are big or small, plain or fancy, remember a shell is someone's home. After reading our story, my granddaughters and I decided that we would take a nature walk to see if we could find any of the shells that were in our story today. Look at all the cool things that we found. We had so much fun.
What we found on the beach today. We found shells and we found seaweed and we found sand. I wonder, look at all the different colors. I wonder what kind of animal lived in these shells. What do you think? So look at how these things must feel. Look, some are bumpy, some are smooth. That's what texture is. Texture is the way that something feels. Hey, I've got a great idea. What if you went on a beach hunt at your house? Do you think that you could find some things with different textures at your house? Why don't we take a look?
Here's our project for today. What you will need for sure is a piece of paper and some crayons. Now you can see that I have brought some shells home from the beach and I'm going to be using those in my project today. If you don't have shells, that's okay. We are using the shells basically for texture. So texture is the way that something feels. Like I'm feeling the shell right now. Can you see all the grooves on it? This shell feels bumpy. I'm going to use this for texture. This one, you can see, it's going to feel bumpy too. So if you have something around your house that has some texture, you may have to go on a little hunt around your house. You could use anything. You could use a coin. You could use, if you've got, happen to have like, maybe you've got a sand tray that you play with sometimes. So you could use some sand, just anything that has some texture to it. And if you can't find anything with texture, you can always print off from Sugar's Printables, or you can cut out, make your own shells with another piece of paper and cut those out. So let's make our beach picture using crayons and textures. The first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my blue crayon and I'm gonna draw just a line of waves, straight line of waves across here. Okay, the way that I'm gonna do it is, and you'll need your paper hamburger, not hot dog. So let's do hamburger paper. So we're gonna start with a straight line, and then we're just gonna come up a little bit. See that? And come back down. Let's go a little more. Let's do it again. Go up a little bit. Come back down. Almost looks like a shark's fin. These are going to be our little waves. Let's go up a little bit. Come back down. Let's do it again. Up a little bit. Come back down. Your waves don't have to be the same size. They're not the same size of the beach, right? Go up a little bit, come back down. Just keep going until we get to the other side of the paper. Up a little bit, come back down. Okay, so you can do one row of waves. If you want to, you can do a second row of waves back here. I think I'm gonna do a second row of waves really quickly, and then I'll come back. Okay, I changed my mind about the second row of water and just decided to color everything in. The next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a couple of these shells and we're gonna put them in the bottom of our ocean. Actually, let me add a little bit of ocean floor down here and then we'll add our shells. Okay, I added some ocean floor. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trace my shells. Just gonna take my brown crayon and I'm going to trace my shells. So let's look at how these shells are shaped. They are round on this part, and then they're flat right here. Okay, I'm gonna put that in my hand. They're flat right here, and then the back part is round. Same with this one. Flat right here, and then the back part is round. Let's trace this one too. Here, let's put this one next to this one. I'm gonna trace this so it's flat here, and then it's round in the back. Okay, so this one is a starfish, so it's gonna be shaped a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 little legs. So, but if you were drawing a star, that would be great. I'm going really slow as I trace. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I've got the shapes. Let's add some texture. I'm going to take this shell and I'm going to put it underneath my paper. Then I'm going to take my pencil and my crayon, and I'm just going to go on top of it. See how the bumpiness of the shell is starting to show up? You have to kind of hold your paper tight, but see how that's, here, let me get it closer. See how the bumpiness of the shell is starting to show up? Here, let me get, I've got this bigger shell too. Let's try that one. There, now you can see that, can't you? See that texture showing up? So you can do this with a coin, you can do this with anything that has texture. If it's flatter, it's gonna be easier to do, okay? But see how you can see that behind it? And all we did was go over it with a crayon. So let me see if I can do it on this one. As you're doing your rubbings on your shells, you may want to have your adult hold the shell for you so that you can just take the crayon and do the rubbing across. That may make it a little bit easier. Now that I have colored in my shells, all that I need to do now is maybe add some sea creatures, maybe some fish or some starfish. Well, there's a starfish, maybe a crab. Up in the sky, what are some different things that we could add? Maybe a seagull or an island back here with a palm tree, a sunshine, maybe a beach in the background with some beach umbrellas. How are you going to finish yours?
Good job, little artist. I hope you enjoyed learning and creating with me today. Be sure to like and subscribe to Sugar's videos to have more fun every week. Until next time, bye from the beach.